What's up, everybody? It's J Mac, and welcome to Bigfoot Input. Um, Tonight, I'm going to do something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I know as soon as we start getting into this, you're going to be like, J Mac, we've already seen these pictures, but pipe down, okay? So, we're going to take some old pictures, and when I say old, this is the very first episode that we ever did of the Cryptid picture breakdown. So, we're going to take these pictures, we're going to redo the entire album as a new video with a new type of format, with the new details, with where we can see things a little clearer, okay? And we're going to jump right into it, okay? If you've already seen this and you're not interested, I understand. But if you want to check this out, we might catch some new things, or maybe you've never seen these before. All right, here we go. I'm going to jump right into it because there's a lot of pictures. All right, so right off the bat, you're like, oh, this guy like caught something cool, on his camera, maybe. Someone taking a picture of him. Looks like he's trying to take a picture with his camera. But this is a still shot from a YouTube channel called Ken's Carpentry, spelled with two K's. And he's, it's a cool channel, don't get me wrong, but he has a Sasquatch suit, and it's a terrible suit, by the way. This actually doesn't look bad, though. I mean, considering that it's walking away into the woods, you can't really see any details, so it makes your imagination run wild. But he has a lot of like comedy type of things with the same suit. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if Ken's ever actually seen a Sasquatch or not, but this is not one. This is actually a Bigfoot Input original. We took this picture in Central Florida. We were, having a walk through a nature trail, and I went to go take a step, and I almost stepped right into this. And of course, I had no casting material because that wasn't why we were there. We were just there taking a little walk. But I want you to pay attention to this area here. And this would be the mid of the foot, like the ball. This would be I believe they call this the mid tarsal break. And then the rest of the foot, of course, I'll outline with the mouse right there. Look at that wall. Look at the weight pushed down right there. And then it comes up here, and then of course it gets really distorted because of all the pine needles and leaves, but you can definitely make out four toes, which seems to be kind of standard in Florida. I'm sure there's different variations of that, but anyway. So yeah, I mean, I like this print because it's obviously not a bear. We can tell that by this heel print. This is a water bottle. It's the only thing I had for scale. Too big to be human. And it doesn't like push away the leaves and needles like say a skunk or something might. I've seen those before. Like people think they have a footprint, it's just a skunk, digging for grubs. The stuff is still there, the debris is still there, it's just trampled into the ground. So I genuinely believe that this is a left foot of a skunk ape, and then of course his other feet, his other prints would be covered by the pine needles and leaves. The ground wasn't soft enough for those to get trampled down, so there were no other prints, just the one. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's terrible quality. You can kind of make out like a bridge, like an eyebrow ridge line there, and like maybe a muzzle here, and then I don't know, some sort of appendage here. It's a rock though. I think it's just, I'm not gonna call this pareidolia. It's misidentification. So it's just a rock. I wish I had a picture of it from the other angle to prove that to you. I don't, but that's just the opinion that we're going on. Rock. Okay, so we got a primate. We got the back of a primate here. Let's look at the picture though. We're looking at an enclosure made out of maybe 4x6s, 4x8s, and 2x6s. I don't think this is necessarily a zoo, but I do think it is some sort of maybe rescue or something. And I think that this is a chimp. I don't think this is any sort of Bigfoot or Sasquatch. I've always found this picture interesting. We have zero context to it. You don't know anything about it other than here's a primate in a tree. That's literally all we know. Could it be a Sasquatch? Yeah. Could it be a gorilla? Sure. It could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have the body shape of what I would consider a gorilla. So I lean a little bit more towards Bigfoot on this one. But something about the feet are off for me. Kind of looks like a shoe with a buckle right there, maybe. I don't know about that one. I've seen this picture numerous times, and I still don't exactly know what to make of it. You have some sort of like tank over here, some sort of mechanical gizmo here. It almost looks like, I don't know, some sort of regulator for gas or something, maybe. It's weird. I don't know. And then you got this big guy here, which it doesn't look like it's photoshopped in. It's just, what is this? I mean, it's so strange. If this is real, and I am going to emphasize on if, then this creature has another creature on its back. Some sort of juvenile, some sort of baby, That's a big if, but then, okay, let's say it's fake. Why? Why would you make a fake look like this? Why would you make a fake look like a fake? It's like it almost has to be real. Because if you were going to make a fake, you would make it look better than this. You wouldn't add crap to it, I don't, it's the same argument about Patty. It's like, they're going to make a suit with the most realistic Bigfoot ever up to that point, but we're going to add breasts to it. Now, I'm not going to get involved unless we add breasts onto this suit. So it was just the whole thing. The suit thing is ridiculous. But anyway, I'm ranting. Sorry. Okay. Big dark creature. Walking away. No, come on now. Very little facial details, but what we do see very clearly are shoes. So that guy is fake. This is from the movie Exist. Very good movie, by the way. I should review that one next. And that's all that is. It always has a different caption, like this, that, but it's from the movie Exist. Take that one to the bank. It's funny. I just brought this one back in our last video. I think it's such a cool picture. This guy was walking. He says he was escorted out of the forest at dusk. Escorted in the way that he didn't feel welcome, and his footsteps were being, sort of mimicked on the way out. They were being echoed. And it's basically, he felt like he was being walked out of the forest. He turned around last minute, caught a picture of whatever it was that was following him. It's an older picture. It's a terrible camera. It's terrible lighting, but it's still interesting. You're going to see this guy here. Big cone-shaped head, massive shoulder mass. Look at that. Look at how the head just goes right into the shoulder. Same on this side, although it's obscured by some leaves here. Big body mass. It's really hard to tell exactly how big this guy is. And then it gets down here, and it looks like you start to have some leg separation that goes all the way up here and back down. But he's a big boy for sure. And then over here, there's another one. This little guy right here, a lot smaller than this one. Could be a female, could be a juvenile. Legs here and here, body mass with the head. I've just always thought it was a cool picture, and I love the guy's story that goes along with it. He's a genuine dude. So I think we've all seen this one. This is the Tibetan monks have this locked up in their monastery as their holy grail of the Yeti scalp and hand. Okay. And this is a long story. I'm not going to bore you with it. Please go Google it. It's very interesting. Keep doing that, making me mad. You'll find that this has been like stolen and returned, and it's crazy. But basically, through DNA, it's been determined that this is a yak. This is like the hump of a yak's back. And this is like the hand of some type of Himalayan mountain bear. I forget exactly. But DNA does not match. I mean, it matches something that we already know. So therefore, it doesn't match a Sasquatch or a Yeti. But the monks basically just sealed it back up. And we were like, well, we don't care about your opinion. We're going to keep calling it what we call it. And it's a Yeti scalp. And that's the way they feel about it. But DNA has proven that it is not. So I got to go with the evidence on that one. If you haven't seen this one, you haven't been following our channel very long. We got a forehead here, which leads up into this hairline. You've got the nose here, the eye here, the eye here. The hair actually separates from the face right here. And then, of course, we're blocked by leaves because that's just what they do. We got a round head, which probably goes up here and comes back down here. I personally believe that this could be a ponytail. I've taken a lot of crap in my time here for insisting that Bigfoot knows how to braid hair, make ponytails, but this all comes from, we don't even know, hundreds of years of living side by side of Native American humans. One of them inherited from the other. We don't know exactly. So, and then of course comes down here to the shoulder, etc., etc. This, of course, is a picture by Kathy Westerman, aim to frame, Bigfoot World. This was the first picture. She took a lot of pictures of tree structures, and got home and saw a dark spot in the middle of one of the pictures. In fact, you can see the tree structure right here. Saw the dark spot in the picture, zoomed in, and immediately saw that dude right there. And that is one of the most impressive pictures of a skunk ape that we've seen this decade, for sure. All right. If not, period. I'll move on with the moving on. So this guy hears noises, he sees movement, he knows he saw something on his property. This is in northwestern Georgia, I believe, northwestern central Georgia area. So he sets up a camera, and it's one of those like detects motion and then goes off like, I don't know, seconds later. Catches this thing moving out of the frame because it started over here somewhere, so it walks across really quickly. Camera catches it, boom. Last second catches this guy. Incredible catch here. Incredible catch. The facial features. The hair goes down that way, of course. You come up here, you got the cranial ridge. Nose right there. Right? Boom. There. Mouth, which is surrounded by hair, like a beard mustache type of thing. And that's a cheekbone. This is an incredible picture. I know it's pixelated. It's a crappy old trail cam. What do you want? But this is an incredible picture of a Sasquatch in Georgia. And we know they exist in Georgia. We know that. All right, this, of course, 7/21 on July 8th, 2000, Dave Shealy from South Florida catches this guy, Skunk Ape headquarters, catches this guy on film walking across a field. And it's cool footage. It's in the Smithsonian as capture of a skunk ape. And, you know, if you want to check out the footage, I suggest you go find it yourself. It's very good footage out there in the world. And you go check it out. Congratulations, Dave. This picture, I'm just gonna make this real quick because I'm not gonna harp on this picture anymore. This was our first video. This picture had to come into play. Since then, I have dissected it probably, I don't even know, 4 or 5 times. So I'm not gonna go into it again. This Mayaka, Florida. This lady hears something stealing apples off her porch, comes out and takes 2 pictures. This being the first of said picture of a large bipedal primate. And of course you can see what is arguably a foot or a hand of a different creature right here. And I think we all know that story by now. If you don't, I encourage you to go check it out. It's all over our channel. This being the second of those pictures. See? Big smile. Showing his gums. He's not here to harm you. Very good shot. This one. So, actually, I was just talking about this one the other night. I was talking about displaying this in the next video, and ironically, here we are. This is Brad Kidd. Brad Kidd is a friend of the channel. He has a lot of stuff that we use in our videos. This is one of the first exposures I ever had to Brad Kidd, though, many years ago. And I mean, it's just, what more do we want? This was apparently taken on the Gold Coast of Australia, and I don't know where that is, but it is a place called the Gold Coast, and I'm sure someone knows where it is. But you know, I mean, we've got a little bit of eye shine, so I don't know what time of the day it is, but maybe we're catching some light in the eyes. The tapetum lucidum, and you can obviously see the cone-shaped head, which comes up here into the leaves and then comes down. There's a big set of nostrils right there, followed by, and there's obviously just a very clear shot of the mouth, the lips, and the chin there. What a cool shot of a yowie. Yowie, of course, being the Australian version of Bigfoot. Alright, big dark blob. Moving on. So again, we just reviewed this picture again. Very ironic, I know. So I'm not going to harp on it because, like I said, we just did it. But a lot of people feel that this is a juvenile creature or like a smaller Sasquatch. I don't necessarily believe that. I don't know what this is, but my focus is more on this big guy. It almost looks like maybe he's holding something. I wanted to say this the other night, and I missed my opportunity. Like this right here. See the little legs here? I don't know. Something's up here. It looks like he's holding something. And I don't know what it is, but he's holding something. So I like this picture, and it's been debunked because the debunker will tell you that this is a pant leg, and that this right here is the break in the pant leg that then leads into the shoe, that the pants are too short. Okay, so just to debunk the debunker, this is part of this log right here. You see where they cut it short. They came around the other, this is the length of the blade. They came around the other side, they cut it again to get this piece of wood off, leaving this part in the middle as a remainder. So it's not debunked. That doesn't make it real, but it also is not debunked. So let's not just fake debunk things. Okay, so we have this picture now with zooming capabilities. This is why I want to do this. Okay. Could this be a cone-shaped head with shoulders and back and one arm extended from this Sasquatch in the water? Yes, it could. Could it also be a stone or an old tree stump sticking up out of this water, which appears to be a river? I'm also going to say yes, it could be. Let's look right. Don't do that. Let's look right here at this mess. And then we'll look over here at this guy. I don't know. It just something doesn't bode well. I would like to think that no one would take a picture of a tree stump. But I think there are people in the world that will take a picture of a tree stump and go, man, somebody will believe that's a Bigfoot. Look at it. So, yeah, it could be a Bigfoot, but I don't think it is. That head is pretty sharp. Usually, I don't know. It's cone shaped, but that's too much of a cone. Anyway, I don't know exactly, but I have my doubts that it's real. I don't believe this guy's real for a minute. Okay? I'll tell you why. First of all, I don't know what this is. Some sort of shopping cart or generator or something going on down here at the bottom. That doesn't make it fake. In fact, I can't show you this picture and tell you why it's fake. But first of all, no facial anything in this picture. It's not that blurry. It is a little pixelated, but it's not that blurry. But this suit, I've seen this suit at least 3 times. In different areas, different positions, walking a different direction. If you have watched all of our videos, you have seen this suit numerous times since this, which would have been our first time showing the picture. So I'm gonna go with fake on that one. All right, this is the infamous Beast of 7 Chutes. Again, you guys have probably seen this one quite a few times. Cranial ridge, cone-shaped head, shoulder here, coming all the way down, shoulder over there, coming down, and with the added benefit of the arm crooking around here and here to hold whatever this is. This, of course, you see how the muzzle sticks out more? It doesn't look as human as some of the other Bigfoots that we've seen. This is what they call a gugwe, which is a more chimpanzee, gorilla style or type of Bigfoot. Okay, so facial features are different. And thanks to Ryan from Monster Radio for teaching me about that. But the big question is, what is this? We don't know. Some people speculated it's some sort of white dog or a little monkey of some kind. But I don't know. A dog makes more sense, although it doesn't look like a dog. But I do see an eye there, and an eye there, and a little mouth there, and a little head, and an arm that comes down here over this creature's arm. So, color me perplexed. Is this his baby? Or she, maybe? Did they have a albino baby? I mean, the albino Bigfoot have to come from somewhere. We've seen those before. So, there was some story about a dog. I don't know. I don't buy the story about the dog, but that's just me. Okay. So, no, I don't think the picture is real. I tend to think it's a pencil sketch, but what I will argue to the death, I'll die on this hill, this is not a smaller version of this. Meaning that this is not a photocopy of this. I've taken these 2 pictures, I've put them side by side, I've scaled them down, I have proof of this. This creature is different than this creature. That doesn't make them real, but that does not prove that it's fake. Okay? So I'm going to put that argument to bed, is that this creature, look at his stance. His stance is different than this creature. See this between this guy's legs here? Tree trunk, probably. Not here. Cocked leg, straight leg. There's differences, okay? Snow between the arms, not here. Ear showing here, not here. So this could very possibly be real. It could be, some sort of weird black and white sketch. I don't know what's going on back here. None of the other trees look like this, but that just could be trees. But I think I originally had said I felt it was some sort of pencil sketch. I never really thought that it was necessarily real, but I don't think that's a definite answer either. I would love to be able to prove that yes, it's real or it's not, but I mean, given the detail on this tree, if it's a sketch, it's a good one, which we've seen really good sketches before. But you know what? Like I said, it could be real, and I'm not going to accept that like photocopy answer as a debunk. So put that to bed. Legend of Boggy Creek 2, where the creature drags a deer carcass through the river. It's a movie. Go check it out. Mark Anders. Mark Anders makes Bigfoot suits. He's got a couple of them. That is Mark Anders. Can you imagine just walking up to a Bigfoot, like right side profile like that, and like, hold still, I'm going to take your picture now. Say cheese. He doesn't even look at you. He just keeps looking the other way. Okay, so this picture literally had the internet just broken when it came out. It was like, oh my God, we finally caught it. We finally caught Bigfoot on film. This is in Boone, South Carolina. They caught this picture of this creature standing beside the interstate. Took a picture, like many people called the police. There's Bigfoot up here. You got to come. I don't know what they expected them to do with it, but it's there and they got to call the police. Okay. So what this is, this guy made this suit. I'm sorry. It's not a suit. It's a sign, basically. It's a piece of plywood. And he added the face, the picture of the face. He added real fur, glued it on, the whole deal. And if you look right here, you see this arch right here? That is the piece of metal that goes to the ground that keeps this guy standing upright. Because it's buried in the ground here, and then it comes up and it attaches here and then goes up his spine. So it actually makes this creature stand, or this depiction of a creature. If you look on our channel, you'll find there's older pictures of this that actually show the backside of it, that show a guy standing next to it. Anyway, the guy ended up taking it down. It was just a prank, a very good one. And I hear, for what I hear, last time I heard, he has this depiction of a unicorn up on his property now. So, yeah, good for him. So, from the Ontario Wildlife Field Research, they have a cabin in Ontario. I believe at some point it says where it is, but this is, opening the cottage April 2009. Gene Hybert said this thing stood perfectly still for 5 minutes. I turned my head for a split second and it was gone. My husband thinks it's a Bigfoot. I absolutely agree. This is 100% a Bigfoot. And then, of course, there's a secondary picture that goes along with that picture. There's actually a third picture that's rarely seen, but that's as far as I can zoom in, unfortunately. But ear there, and then, facial features here. Again, has kind of that Gugway face where it's like elongated muzzle, but very big stature. It's a great story that has a good team behind it, and a good picture to go along with it. So we gotta call that real. This came from a traffic camera in Washington. This is a still shot. This thing ran across this camera. You know, the fact of the matter is here is that it really looks like a human, little human face with human proportions. You know, could it possibly be a Bigfoot? I guess possibly. More likely a guy dressed head to toe because it's completely covered in snow and freezing outside. So I don't really think that's a creature. I think that's just a person. All right, folks. Last one, Robert Dotson. Rest in peace, Robert Dotson. He was kind of an odd guy, but he had some neat footage. If you ever want to check out some cool stuff. I mean, I think we can obviously see the nose here and the eyes and the cheekbone and the forehead and the hairline. I don't think you need me to point all that out to you. Now, is that a Bigfoot? Well, I don't know. Is it a creature in the woods? Absolutely. It's something. So, fascinating picture for what it is. But that is all I got, folks. So, if you like dark paranormal and dark crime, please step over to our sister channel and subscribe and check it out. I want to thank our members, Nick Matthews, C. Richardson, and of course Adventure Monty, for their support of the channel. It helps us keep doing what we do, okay? And that is it for me, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you didn't find it repetitious, but we want to do this and bring back these old episodes and give them new life. All right? So that's it for me. This is J Mac, and I'm out.